you mentioned about when it comes to an evening attire and formal, it has to be a little bit glittery. When it comes to glittery, like clothes, what's the rule when it comes to the jewelry? Yeah. Because some people now, it's a really nice sari, then you have gazillion of beads, and sometimes you feel like it's an oncoming traffic of cars heading your way. No, sometimes I could be mean, like, how much jewelry should you be pairing with, say, a nice elegant sari?
It all depends. I mean, I always think pearls are really nice, you know, strands of pearl. But if you have a plain sari, when you go for very elaborate, you know, chunky jewelry, which itself is very nice. You don't have to go for real. There are very nice costume jewelry that's available at all the places. So you can have a plain sari and wear. But if a sari is full of bling, you know, sequins and so forth, then of course you can't go to have all that. You may look like a pandal. You know, they say like a pandal. All shining and shimmering.
I was about to say that.
And we want to talk also a little bit about conduct. Now, conduct, you mentioned weddings, Neda, just before, and like you said, conduct usually at moments of official functions are a little bit more serious. Now, if you could explain to us what the do's and don'ts for weddings are in terms of conduct, and also tell us a little bit about how to tactfully tone somebody down.
Are you talking of the guest who, I mean the invitees, or is it the bride and the groom?
Invitees. It's their day.
It's their day. They can go crazy.
Okay, right. Now again, when it comes to wedding in Sri Lanka, because most of them they wear sari and it's very elegant, right? And whether it's morning or evening or in the night, it doesn't matter. Most of them, right? Even young girls, for the first time, okay, relations, okay, so and so is getting married, I would like to wear a sari, and they look very, very elegant in that. So I think I prefer everybody to wear a sari, and I wonder whether most of the people, because it's the relation from this side and relation from the other side, it's like a competition, you know. So you must wear the best sari you have, best suit you have, and you have to go. And but only thing is, in the morning, if you have a wedding, you will have to go for a subtle color, you know. It's not a flashy one, not a black one, right? But most of these weddings are today held in hotels, so they think because of the lighting and all, it's all right, we can go in black. But I don't think it's appropriate. If you're talking of appropriate attire, you can select say pastel colors, but with little bit of work, right, and simple jewelry. But if the sari has so much of work here and there, you can wear long earrings, right, and not to have anything, and you can have bare neck, right, it will be nice. But at the same time, there is something else that, you know, when you take your clutch purse or your handbag, right, it has to be the same color as your shoes. That's the golden rule, right? So whether it is a wedding or whether it is a function, you have to follow that. So is the gentleman. So they also have to follow that. Your shoes and your belt has to match. You know, sometimes we see multicolors, but it's not so. If you want to look elegant, right, that's how you have to. And most Sri Lankan wedding, whether it is a Buddhist or whether it's on the church, mostly they wear saris. And if it is a church wedding, of course, we can see even the bride, she wears a gown, dress. So young people, they wear gown or dresses and come, but mostly it is the saris.
Does this same rule apply to lots of weddings now? The wedding takes place at a religious place, and then they move the reception to a hotel. So should the guests also change in between, or should they wear something that is appropriate for both places? How do they make that fit?
The call,
That depends on the time factor.
Time factor.
Yeah, but I know that certain people, like, they go to the church, then they come back, then they dress up and they go. I know people do changes, but I don't. I just stick it out from the church to the reception.
I don't think people have time for that.
But I have seen some people do not change.
But if you take a Buddhist wedding, of course you cannot go with that all, glittery thing to the temple. Sometimes they do it at the temple. I think very close relatives, they go there, but not the invitees so much, right? And it does not matter if you wear a sari and go to temple. I don't think it is, unless if you are wearing very short dresses, of course, not even to the church, that it's not appropriate, right? And Muslims wedding, if you take, right, they always wear saris. Ladies always wear saris and they cover, and now they wear this abaya also on top of that. No matter how beautiful their saris, but they wear that black thing and go. And men on different side and ladies on different side. So it's with their culture,
So there are
with their
those
tradition.
stipulated,
Yes.
modes of conduct. Ma'am, I want to ask what Ryan was just about to ask before the break about the gentleman.
How do you, what's the best way to convince them to actually dress up? Because we are dependent on how they would like to dress up. What if they suddenly, no, this is cool, I'm wearing a coat. How,
For which function?
For any function, because sometimes we have a thinking that men dresses easily. It's just a tie, a coat, and what if some men don't even want to do that?
Yeah, but actually in the corporates, they're very, very stringent about it, and they don't mess up with their jobs and their positions that they hold in.
But for a wedding, say it's a wedding.
What if they just want to wear dinner jacket and
dinner,
wedding
wedding dinner?
Not acceptable.
No, wedding dinner, of course, I've seen them all wearing the suits. But have you seen, unless, as I told you, now weddings are held in 5-star hotels, and now the fashion is to have it on the beach, or to have it in a resort hotel away from Colombo, so you can relax. Like if you have to have you can't actually possibly wear a suit and go to a beach wedding. It's hot. I've known that once my husband went formal. First thing he did was to remove his jacket, and I said, all right, because it was not only on the beach, there was a marquee. And the fans weren't working. Yeah, so you got to think of your comfort, otherwise there will be some casualties, fainting.
Just to touch on the topic of RSVP, what is the normal etiquette for a wedding to RSVP? So, what do you do?
RSVP stands for Respond s'il vous plaît in French. Respond if you please. You see, it's like this. They have 2 lists, I think, because you see, you can't go to be inviting all and sundry. You have to. And I think the moment you get a wedding, it's proper etiquette. If you are, etiquette also show consideration for others, right? Probably if you can't make it, somebody else can come in your place. True. So you must do your RSVPs immediately. Almost, hopefully nothing happens between then and now. Then if you can't come, then there's another, if you decline, sin or regrets, then there's a chance of them inviting somebody else. So that is really very important to send. In the good old days, Ryan, the time that, not good old days, the recent, because the time that we got married, I remember certain gentlemen, I still go to it, they send beautiful letters, handwritten letters. That is a dying thing now. Those things don't happen right now. Because there's emails, whatever.
Or you can text.
Yeah.
Well, is it okay to do text?
No.
Okay, we'll hold it with that one. Using technology, sending invitation and declining invitation. When we come back, we need to take a very short break. More discussion when we come back. Welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka, and we are very, very happy and privileged. Just in case you're joining us, we have with us inside the studio Ms. Shiru Vijamana and Ms. Nidra Vikramasinghe. Ma'am, the hanging question was this. When it comes to etiquette, invitations, declining invitation, with the social media and technology nowadays, texting, emailing, Facebooking, posting it online, an invitation to an event, is that ever considered as appropriate?
I think an invitation to an event, especially a thing like, when you get an invitation, that's already a very formal kind of thing. It's just not a texting, what do you call an invite via email. It's not a e-invite or anything. So therefore, as we may have our own different ideas, I always think that texting I treat as very casual and very informal. You know, you can always do that. You can, definitely, but I think it deserves a verbal telephone call if we're accepting it, because they always give the telephone number and they give an email, and certainly no texting. I certainly don't think. I mean, like, even for a dinner, if somebody bothers to have a dinner, host the dinner at home, and you know, the host takes a lot of trouble, shop, cook, host, entertaining, you know, it's a very tiring thing, you know, people get stressed out entertaining, and some people don't even bother to thank, they only just send a text. That is very impersonal. I always, I keep judging people by how they behave, because it doesn't take long. They can actually do this. They can send, if they want, a little thank for them. Even, you know, be on the way home. Oh, that was a lovely evening. Shall call you tomorrow. You know, that was a, you know what I mean? Shall call tomorrow. And tomorrow morning, you can actually, the following morning, you can phone and thank. But as I told you the last week, follow it up with a handwritten thank you note if you can. If those are little trademarks a person leaves. So, okay, the young people, I mean, if you ask about my children, everything is on Facebook. Their invitation. So, you know, that is there for them. That is the way they are social media, their network they do. So that is perfectly acceptable for their huge, big events. But I'm only talking of very private, exclusive, small, dining, where a lot of money is spent to invite and host. Then that element of, you know, we have to have the decency to acknowledge it in a better way. That's my opinion, and you know, you can